downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Right to the air. Here is Goff.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Our game here in Detroit, a Thanksgiving tradition dating back to 1934. And it is the first of 3 games today, per usual. We'll see the Giants and Cowboys from Dallas after us. And then later tonight, the nightcap, another game with NFC North intrigue. The Pats and Vikings from Minneapolis.
To throw again on second down. Goff being chased out left.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
On first down, gone.
But going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Goff throwing again. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bills' 17-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. But how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its 1st sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Goff going deep downfield for Ross. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
It's now 2nd and 6.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions 7, Bills 0.
Second and 6.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits,
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Will Harris. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without the
touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yard. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Forced out to his left. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
To try again after the sack. Goff. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, Forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in game.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. A good pickup there, a 22.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Goff. Got his man. It's Williams. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look?
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Nathan Cottrell with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year.
As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. In his own end zone, it's Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, 99 yards. And the Bills get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
Bills 9. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
He's got a man complete. The 20. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jameson Williams,
83 yards.
and the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is...
And now here is another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
After the interception, here's Goff. Steps away. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Goff. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. And that's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Tiger, Super 66. Ric Flair.
On 4th down, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And in for the Lions, touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff.
And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Lions 35, Bills 9.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Throwing now is Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he returns this to the 22.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing is Allen on third. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful...
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Goff. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Touchdown! DJ Chark with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions extend their lead yet again. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
42. Bills 9. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Goff.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for the Lions.
Now Goff on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit. Gone. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 54 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from going up by 40. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Bills 9. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And now here is another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in. Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. And even 50 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Cottrell. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Stop short of the goal line. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th and goal.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. From way up at the 23. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Seibert on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Lions 63, Bills 9.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. From the 29, Allen. And his throw here is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Allen. Getting the football to Davis on an out route. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And again, it's Allen. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. And now here's another interception. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they'll indeed take a knee. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.